First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, here is the rookie from Michigan State. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. They'll look to throw. He'll find his tight end, Tommy Tremble. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Trying to avoid the early 3 and out. They face 3rd and a yard. They try and run for the first down with Jones. 14 yards on the pickup there.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that 3rd down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
They'll go back to Jones on first down. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
1st and 10 now from the 36. He'll look to throw. That one complete to Leggett. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Back to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Now think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Carolina. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. Carlson able to knock through the extra point. Panthers will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. If that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
Moore going in motion. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Panthers have it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball, because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like, because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough. So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted.
All right, Mike, at this point, am I allowed to call timeout? Because I would love to talk to both of these offenses. Listen, guys, ball security. Protecting the ball is the #1 rule in football. You got one side losing it on a fumble, the other side gives it right back with a pick. I mean, come on, guys. As an offensive guy, I want to see big plays. I want to see long drives, touchdowns. Not a game of hot potato, bouncing the ball back and forth.
That one into the hands of Moore downfield. And he's in. Rondale Moore. Touchdown, Atlanta.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
This will be returned from the 6. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. And when we talk about momentum and trying to stop negative momentum, it's moments like this. Not only did you just give up the big score, but now, Greg, they've got to get that defense back on the field after the fumble.
Yeah, and on one sideline, you're riding high. I mean, the last 2 plays could not have gone any better. And then on the other sideline, they couldn't have gone any worse.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They're going to go play action with Penix. That's going to be intercepted. And the Panthers will take over here just past the 30.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
First and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Slot man in motion left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. On now is the punt team for the Panthers. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Another run here for Robinson. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Pitts is the man in motion. Penix on third down. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 23 yards on that pass play. First down, Atlanta. Give to Robinson from the pistol. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece. Pitts is the man in motion. On second down, here's Penix. Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll try to run with Robinson. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Quick throw, taken in. It's a gain of 10 yards. It's good for a Panther first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A gain there of 11. It's a Carolina first down. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. They run it once more with Jones. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. This is caught at the 2. And he's in. Tommy Tremble. Touchdown, Panthers.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Panthers will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Quick throw here is complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. To throw is Penix. To the right side here, pass is caught. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
He'll let this go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw. But think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Penix going to throw again. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. To throw again, it's Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their second.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Now Penix on third and long. He fires downfield for Pitts.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. Here's first and 10. Now Jones. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
21 is the line to gain as we hit third down. Now, faking the give. He'll let one go down the middle. And that is incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Throwing now, Penix on foot, trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Still going. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception, and now Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick six.
And Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it his second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
Just 8 seconds now until halftime, and the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll throw on first down with Penix. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. The Falcons sending out the field goal unit. They'll spot this at their own 48, meaning this is a 62-yard attempt. That is not going to do it. Tried to bite off a lot with that one. It's no good. And they are not able to draw closer. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And this one will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A give, and here comes Robinson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. From the gun, here is Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels like...
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg, their second pick six of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's one pick six, but to get 2 pick sixes in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Makes the score Panthers 28, Falcons 14.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. And here's Bijan. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Well, that's a heck of a 1-2 punch right there, and that's something that every offense stresses. The ability to be equally effective run and pass on any given snap. They follow up the successful pass play with a big explosive run.
London brought in motion. On play action, Penix. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Penix. Left side in the hands of London. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They run over center with Robinson. And he did not want to go down. Good running. Manages to gain 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Here's Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
On 3rd down, Penix. And that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? When you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make a habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. He'll try the left side with Jones. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here, they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Again, it's Jones. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
He'll drop to throw. That's to the left side. Hauled in by Leggett.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Second down and 3. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Carlson's kick is good. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Back out is Carlson following the made field goal. And he sends this kickoff away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. He'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
London brought in motion. On second down, it's a run with Robinson. And he's going to get it. First down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
London brought in motion. They'll go play action now with Penix. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down. They'll run it here with Robinson. And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Here's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. And Penix to the right. That's Pitts. A gain of 11 on that one. It's good for a Falcon first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup prop.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Atlanta. Now, the extra point. It's up and through. And the Falcons will cut the deficit to 7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. On the give, it's Jones. And he'll get this up past the 30-yard line. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
Just a brutal mistake there, Mike. I mean, they have a chance to put a late scoring drive together and increase their lead. But now with that interception, all the momentum shifts to their opponents, and now they got to rely on their defense to hopefully get a stop and get them the ball back.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's Penix. Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts. He is in. Kyle Pitts, touchdown Falcons. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They run straight ahead with Jones. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll throw out of the gun. His tight end Tremble over the middle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Jones now on 1st and 10. There he goes, inside the 30. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They'll go back to Jones on 1st down. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
On the handoff, Jones. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now this time they'll look, and he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. They move out front and take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
Here's 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They'll drop to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down. They'll stick to the ground. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
On 1st down, it's Penix. That one to the sideline and incomplete, and a penalty flag now comes in late. Maybe no receiver in the area on that one. Now, on 2nd and long. They'll run with Robinson. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. The Panthers will take their 1st timeout. Clock stops with 1:06 to go in this one. Here's a big one. This 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their 2nd. And it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game. This one is on target, and it is good. They have tied things up here in the final minute. And the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Jones. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Throwing now from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Punching time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. Oh, no fair catch, and he pays the price. Big shot to make sure this return didn't even get started. Here's 1st down. Robinson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the game. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. Still on his feet. And he's going to take it into the end zone. It's a touchdown. There is a penalty marker down, but it looks like this one's going to hold up. Now the try here for the point after. His kick is good. And the Falcons will go up by 7. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. He's going to take a shot down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute. And they're going to get out of here with a victory. So it's a win here for the Falcons. They get the victory away from home in the division. It's so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season.